What's up, guys? Back in a new vid. Don't mind the sleeping human in the background. It's my niece. But guys, today I'm talking very low, but I'm going to be breaking down Easter eggs and things you may have missed in Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Start us off. The movie's opening credit has an icon/image representing each character's trait. For example, Brie Larson's name has a broken heart representing the character she portrays in V. Adams and how she breaks Scott's heart. If you look at the shirts Wallace wears, Wallace has his own brand of shirts. As you can see, he's wearing his own brand of polos. Wallace is reading a newspaper at the beginning of the movie with a picture of Lucas Lee on the front, foreshadowing his appearance in the movie. Scott tells Ramona she had a sexy phase, which is referring to the L word, and if you look back earlier in the movie, Scott has a poster of a sexy phase. I'm not going to say that. Scott in the movie says he doesn't drink and he's drinking a Coke Zero, and if you see on his date with Ramona, he's drinking a Coke Zero off screen. Scott is wearing a Professor Xavier School for Gifted Children jacket and rips off the Xavier patch after his little fight or scuffle with Ramona, I guess to show that he's not worthy of being a gifted child. Every time Scott gets nervous or doesn't know what to do, he says he has to pee, but when he sees Nyes at the show, he doesn't say he has to pee and actually just walks away. Young Neil is holding Scott's guitar when Scott says you're going to have to find someone else to play bass. You can see Scott's guitar has tape on it because in the bass fight with Todd, it actually broke in half. In the first fight with Gideon, when Scott kills the guys and they turn into coins, the coins are laid out in the shape of people. In Scott and Wallace's house, you can see a NES under the TV, young Neil playing a DS, and as you see, the DS has no game in it. You may think it's lazy and that they added sounds to young Neil playing nothing, but don't forget, the DS Lite can play Game Boy Advance games, and it didn't show the bottom of the DS, and young Neil does tell Knives, after Knives asks him what does he play, he says he plays Zelda and Tetris, and most Zelda and Tetris games were available on a Game Boy, so the attention to detail is very awesome. At each segment of the movie, Scott or someone else wears a shirt with a number, or has hints around the scenes with a number to let you know what X Scott is fighting. Also, small attention to detail, Scott is wearing a Fantastic Four shirt, but writes 4.5 next to the 4 to let you know he's not finished with the fourth X. When Gideon says, "You made me swallow my gum, it's gonna be in my digestive system for 7 years." This is, in fact, a myth, but also he said this because he is the 7th X. The guy who knows everyone says to Scott, "I remember you being drunk on G&T a couple weeks ago," and later in the movie, after beating the 4th X, Scott is drinking gin and tonics. Matthew Patel points at Scott with one finger signifying that he's the first X. Also, Scott wears a Plumtree shirt, and if you didn't know, the band Plumtrees made a song called Scott Pilgrim in 1997, which is where the creator got the name Scott Pilgrim. The name Sex Bob-omb is a reference to the Bob-ombs from Mario. The whole movie is filled with video game references. In fact, as the movie opens up, we are hit with Zelda sound effects, and as the movie carries on, we have Sonic sound effects too.
Scott Pilgrim was dating a high schooler.
This video was kind of very short. If you guys enjoyed the vid, hit that like button and subscribe and for more Scott Pilgrim content, and thank you all for watching.